Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again to the Healthy Tech Talk Show. Now I want to explain one of our pages, one of my favorite pages, because it's the basis for the entire program, and that is holistic technology. Now, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to briefly explain what I went through to get and why I'm here at this point and why I've developed the program. Many years ago, over 20 years ago, about 25 years ago, I was in management. I managed a series of high fashion footwear retail stores, and they were quite successful. But I was putting in a lot of hours, about 60 to 70 to 80 hours a week, and the stress was really taking its toll. And my health certainly wasn't where I needed it to be, and I used to suffer terribly from headaches, really, really bad migraines. And the doctor would just prescribe a drug called Furanol. And believe it or not, I would pop a couple of Furanol, and after work, if they weren't kicking in, I would chase it down with a pint or two of beer and take a couple of more Furanol. And what it did was it just numbed my head so I could function. It didn't take the headache away, but it numbed me so I could function until the next headache came along. So I wasn't in particularly good shape, and I'll bet most of that was stress related. And also I wasn't following a very good diet and putting in so much hours at work, I wasn't looking after myself the way it should. So I stumbled upon actually a program that taught me how to relax using scientific principles, very, very similar to biofeedback. And I had a very, very bad migraine headache one day, and in May of 1986, I walked into that classroom. And we started to learn the program, and I think the class started at 8, and by noon of that day, my headache was stabilized where I didn't need to take any medication to control it. By the end of that first day of training, my headache was completely gone, and I mean not a trace of it. And it was just so unusual because I had suffered for a couple of years with headaches all the time. I had found the switch, in my personal case, I had found the switch that could turn off the stress and tension. The switch that allowed the stress and tension to build up and keep building up and building up in my mind, in my body, in my head, in my soul. You carry stress. You really do carry a lot of stress around. So I found how to stop the switch, throw the switch off, so I didn't absorb it and keep it and own the stress for myself. Sounds a bit strange, but here's what happened. That was such a life-changing event that I thought, wow, I've got to tell everybody about this. And of course, 25 years ago, biofeedback was in its infancy, really. And I told as many people as I could, and I got all excited about it. And then I stumbled upon another holistic type of method that really helped me as well, and that was reflexology. And I became so involved with reflexology that I became an instructor of reflexology. Took all the courses from my instructor. I had to go through some testing, and then I had to go through a practicum, and then the adult education program of the local school boards invited me to teach. And my instructor helped me get a position there to teach part-time. Just absolutely loved it. So I combined, what I did is I combined the stress release mechanism that I had learned from that seminar program with reflexology, and I combined both of them, and both of them were holistic. So that's where the holistic part of the program comes from. After that, I got involved in computers, and I took a year off, and I went to a college where they taught electronics, telephony, and computer repair. So 1 full year, full-time studies, and I absolutely loved that as well. It gave me a great base for jumping into the computer marketplace. Then I got a job for 5 years at a fantastic company. It was called SHL. And they were farmed out by huge names like IBM, Microsoft, Toshiba, HP, AST, and a whole bunch of others. And we were hardware break fix technicians, and also software. And we looked after a whole bunch of servers, and we looked after the bank, and we looked after the government contracts, and we looked after the airport. And there was a lot of work and a lot of activity. That was just before the dot-com bust. Remember that? So I had noticed that there was a tremendous amount of stress that people carry around with them because of computers and technology and gadgets. After I left SHL, after 5 years, I went to work as a second-level technician and as part of the training and development departments at one of the largest technically based call centers in North America. And there is when I really started to put the concept together in my mind. And the podcasts you see here now, and the podcasts you listen to, and the video teasers that you see, are an accumulation of all of that. That's why I've labeled it holistic technology. On my business card, when I present my business card to people, I am a holistic technology broker. That means I go out and I find everything. And now remember, let's break the word holistic down for a moment. Holistic just means complete or entire. That's what it means. So I go and I get things that will help, good services, education opportunities, things that will help the computer users stay healthy and combat their stress levels as they're working on the computer. So it's a wonderful synergy. I just love this program. If I wasn't the creator of this program, I would really, really, really want to be a student of this particular program that I've put together. So the seminar, we're actively working on the seminar program. You know, just when I think I've got it all done, there's a little tweak here, and I want to add something here, and I want to do the very, very best job I can here. Because when we present this to the public, it's going to be a big, big deal. So you're really, when you take a look at this podcast show, you're really watching our entire business life come to fruition, and it's a wonderful thing. I'm just loving every moment of it. So I hope you enjoy these podcasts, but I felt that no one's heard of a holistic technology broker before, and I thought I would take an opportunity to explain the difference. So enjoy the podcast. If you have anything, any comments, or if you want to be on the show, please let us know and send an email to healthytechtalk@gmail.com. Thanks so much for coming. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.